as we continue to work on inferences, conclusions, and predictions, now today we're reading a story called A Sky High Race. The true story of the building of Chrysler Building has all the elements of a great movie: an exciting race, a dramatic ending, and a surprising twist. This is how it happened. In the 1880s, tall buildings known as skyscrapers began to define the skylines of large American cities. As investors and builders tried to outdo each other, skyscrapers grew taller and more spectacular in design. By the middle of 1929, New York City's Woolworth Building at 792 feet had held the title of the world's tallest building for over a decade. But the competition to build a taller skyscraper was heating up. Intensity peaked that summer when what newspapers called the race for the sky grabbed everyone's attention. In the midst of America's Great Depression, people finally had something else to talk about besides their economic problems. It was a welcome break. The opponents in this race for the sky were Walter Chrysler, the head of an automobile company, and George L. Orstrom, a banker. Several years earlier, Chrysler had announced plans to build a skyscraper in New York City. At 808 feet high, it would be the world's tallest building. But then Orstrom topped Chrysler when he revealed his design for the 67-story, 840-foot tall Bank of Manhattan building. In the spring of 1930, the race drew to a close. As both buildings neared completion, Orstrom appeared to have a clear advantage. However, to guarantee the outcome, he had his architect add a large lantern and a 50-foot flagpole to the top of the building. When it was finally completed, the Bank of Manhattan building stood a record-breaking 925 feet tall. But Orstrom's victory celebration didn't last long. Chrysler and his architect had a surprise in store for everyone. In November, when it was no longer possible to make any changes to the Bank of Manhattan building, Chrysler's construction crew made one final adjustment to his building. They lifted a 170-foot spire through an opening they had left at the top of the building. The spire had been constructed inside the building. When it was in place, the Chrysler building stood 1,030 feet tall. The race was over, and Chrysler had won. The Chrysler building's reign as the world's tallest building lasted only a few months. In April 1931, a new skyscraper, standing 86 stories high and 1,250 feet tall, was completed. It was the Empire State Building. So we're going to read that 3 times, or listen to it 3 times, and then do the questions together. Thank you.